It's so boring in this cage, Thomas meanly complained to his owner, a mad scientist. Oh, shut up, said the mean scientist. The mad scientist went upstairs to get something, and as soon as Tom heard the door slam shut, he got to his feet and scuttled across the cage, trying to squeeze through, but as always he could not quite get his stomach through the bars of his cage. Not that he thought he could get through. Tom had been trying for days, ever since the scientists had found them in the backyard to get to the bars, but he could just not fit his body through the bars. So he lay down and hoped that someone would let him out of the small space just for a minute or two. He looked around the lab, is what the mad scientist that worked in it every day calls it. It is a really dark place. It has tubes hanging on the wall with colorful liquids flowing through them. Over in the corner, there's a small, clear, expensive-looking desk with a microscope setting on it. There were stacks and stacks and stacks of paper near the wall with big words that he could not read. She just stood there with her mouth wide open and her eyes filling with tears. First she looked at the frog, which was half dead already because of what the scientist did to him. Then she looked at the chicken that now only had half the feathers on his body. Then finally she looked at him, the last of the animals he had locked up in cages. She ran over to them and said, "What has he done to you?" "Well, if you can't see with your own eyes, he has tortured us by putting that stuff inside of me," the grumpy old frog says. Then he hopped as far as he can to the side of the cage. What looks like it was made to fit him, because only his head didn't fit out, just like mine. He nods to the bottle that contained some gray liquid. "Plucked half of the feathers off my body," the chicken says in turn so the little girl can see his half-feathered body. "I'm the newest," I said proudly. "He hasn't decided what he is going to torture me with yet. I've only been here for 1 week." As soon as I finished, the little girl starts talking very quickly. "Okay, look," she says, "I'm messy. I'm going to try to get you out of here. I'll come back here every day at 2 o'clock and we'll figure out a way to get you out of these cages and back outside." 2 o'clock was when Dad had his lunch break, and she ran up the stairs just seconds after I heard the sounds of heavy mad scientists coming down the stairs. Day after day, Lucy came down at 2 o'clock as she said she would. And day after day, they would talk about how they would free themselves. And day after day, Lucy would slip up the stairs just after the scientist finished his lunch and came down the stairs. Then finally, one day at 2 o'clock on the dot, Lucy came down as usual, but oh no, Lucy's dad had not gone upstairs. He was still down here. He was just in the back room. "Lucy, Lucy, don't talk. Your dad's still down here," I said. But it was too late. Lucy's dad was already walking out of the back room. His big voice bellowed, "You better not be talking." Then he saw Lucy. He said, "Lucy, what are you doing down here? You know you're not supposed to be down here." "Dad," she said, "I'm not leaving until you let all these animals go." "Lucy, get upstairs and I mean," the scientist sounded really angry. But Lucy did not listen. She ran to the mad scientist's desk and opened all the drawers. It seemed like she was looking for something. She ran to the wall and started jumping. She grabbed 3 keys and ran back to the cages. Her dad tried to catch her, but she was a fast little girl. She slid a key into my cage and unlocked the door. Ran out of my table, but the scientist knocked something over on me. I started changing colors until I was the color of the table. Finally, the scientist called Lucy and sent her upstairs. But when she walked past the table, she grabbed me and slid me into her dress pocket. When she got up to the kitchen, she opened a door and walked outside. She sent me on a tree branch, and that is how a chameleon got its color.